Langley Estates, photo, submitted. Whether or not to approve plans that would allow a new subdivision to be built on the 77.43-acre property east and north of Coles Ferry Road has been a difficult decision for Gallatin City officials. After the Planning Commission voted not to recommend approval of a rezoning request at its November meeting, the City Council voted in a work session Tuesday to allow the landowners' proposals to come before the Council at its January 2 meeting. The proposed development, known as Langley Estates, would include 176 single-family units. Landowner K. Clay Haynes with Oak Tree Partners LLC originally presented plans for townhouses and single-family homes totaling more than 200 units. After meeting with residents, however, Hayes adjusted his plan, eliminating the townhouses, adding keystone lots, increasing the buffer yards, adding a rear alleyway and preserving a historic rock wall on the property. The property is currently zoned for IR Industrial Restrictive, IG Industrial General, R15 Medium Density Residential, and R20 Low Density Residential, and the rezoning request is to zone the entire property to R15 for medium density for a planned residential development. The landowner is also requesting that a parcel and adjacent Coles Ferry Road right-of-way be annexed into the city. Many residents showed up at the work session to express their concerns with the development. Most of those concerns centered around safety and traffic issues. Gallatin resident Gerald Gregory, who also works for the State Department of Transportation, said that traffic could increase 76% along Coles Ferry Road. Robert Brown told the council he was concerned about safety, should homes be built so close to the adjacent Hoganized steel plant. I do not think anyone with any common sense would allow a subdivision to be put under its skirt, he said. Hoganized Representative Stan Carver urged the council to remember that the industrial zoning has stood for 40 years. We are asking tonight that you continue the agreement acted on by the city in 1978, he said. If the city had told us then that they would allow a development to rezone property adjacent to our plant to build houses, we would have gone to another city. It will send a clear message to any existing industry and any future industry that you have no guarantees in the zoning structure. He added that they were only opposed to developing the portion of the property zoned industrial. I'm concerned about what we had promised years ago when Hoganized came in, said Councilwoman Linda Love. Vice Mayor Jimmy Overton said he grew up near the proposed development, adding that he was concerned that if the council didn't approve the development, the entire property could be zoned industrial. I'm just as concerned as all the residents out there, he said. The owner had a meeting with the property owners. He made just about every change to this property that was suggested. My fear is that if we don't rezone this property, his next step is to rezone this industrial, and then we will have an extension of what we have there now. More, Gallatin Planning Commission defers recommendation on Langley Estates.